I really should have got lemonade before I started this, but can you give me lemonade, please? The cup's right there.
I suppose.
Thank you. So anyways, my name's Caitlin. I'm 18 and I live with a disease called cystic fibrosis. He's taking so long on my lemonade. So today I'm going to answer questions that are commonly asked in CF. I posted on my Instagram and I DM'd a lot of my CF friends that have Instagram about like questions that they get asked because I didn't want it to just be questions that I've gotten asked. Thank you. That's cold. Anyways, so these are the top 10 questions that a lot of my friends DM'd me about. The first one is, what does cystic fibrosis mean? This is a really weird, how do I explain it? It's just really weird because when you think of cystic fibrosis, you think of mainly like a lung disease. Cystic fibrosis actually breaks down to cystic, which means cysts, like cysts that like grow on people, you know, and then fibrosis means scarring of tissue. So it actually translates to the scarring of tissue on the pancreas and like cysts on the pancreas because CF does affect the pancreas a lot. It causes diabetes in most people with CF. You know that actually is really good to suppress a cough?
Lemonade?
Pineapple juice. It's a natural cough suppressant. So that's what cystic fibrosis actually means. What it really is a lung disease. It affects the lungs, primarily the lungs, but it also affects the pancreas, your intestines, your reproductive system. I feel like there's something else I'm missing. And your sinuses. So yeah. Another question that gets asked a lot is how long you're gonna live with CF. Nobody really knows how long they're gonna live. Like I can't tell you the exact date that I'm gonna die. Right now the average is mid-40s, but 5 years ago it was like 32 or something. So by the time I hit 40, it'll probably be in like the 60s. There are people who have lived to like 60, 70. There's somebody that lived to like 80 with CF. It honestly just depends on how well you take care of yourself, what climate you're in, what environment you're in, and what your body decides to do. It's just like anybody else.
Your body don't like you.
I know my body doesn't like me. Thank you very much. Yeah. So number 3 is, do you live a normal life? This one's difficult to explain because like define normal. Because like my normal is I was born with CF. Everybody who has CF is born with CF. That doesn't mean that you're diagnosed when you're born, but I was diagnosed like 3 days after I was born. So all I know really as my normal is CF. I don't really know what it's like to like wake up and like not have to do treatments or not have to take insulin when you eat or not have to like take a bunch of drugs just to like live. I think I live a pretty normal life. I mean, I have a job. I pay rent, I pay bills, I graduated high school, I'm going to college probably next year. So, I mean, I feel like we live very normal lives. People get married with CF, people have kids with CF. Yeah. Number 4 is, why do you take so many drugs? Well, I kind of explained this in my assumptions video. But nothing in our body really works correctly when you have CF. My lungs don't work, so I have to take a nebulizer and a vest. And I also have pills for that. I need extra vitamins. I have a sodium deficiency, so I have to eat as much salt as possible. Some people actually take salt pills, I think. I don't, because I eat enough. Like, I eat fries all the time, so I'm not worried about it. And I put salt on everything, including my fruit, because I know my boyfriend's dad is probably watching this and he's gonna make fun of me for it. Or somebody in Ethan's family is gonna be watching this and be like, hey, she salts her fruit. Lucas, I know you're watching. And then we also take like insulin for our pancreas, obviously, because we produce insulin, but our pancreas is too stuffed up with mucus, so it doesn't really shoot out. Ignore the dogs barking if you can hear the dogs upstairs barking. And yeah, our body just kind of is broken, so we take a lot of drugs to try to fix it. Number 5 is cystic fibrosis curable? No. It's that simple. No, it's not. It's a terminal disease, which means it's going to kill me. Maybe not. Maybe it won't kill me. Maybe I'll get hit by a car. I don't know. But it's supposed to kill me.
Depends on the day.
Its job is to kill me, pretty much, is what CF is. Its job is to kill me. 6 is, am I contagious? That's a trick question. I'm not contagious to people who don't have CF. I'm technically contagious to people who do have CF. If you have cystic fibrosis and you come into contact with somebody else with cystic fibrosis, you can like cross-contaminate bacteria and stuff and get each other sick and potentially kill each other depending on what bacteria it is. So I'm not contagious to people who don't have CF, but if you have CF, hey, we technically could kill each other without getting a murder charge, just saying.
Wow, that's horrible.
7 is, oh, I hate this question. Nick asked me this question. Isn't that the girl from Bates Motel? Don't you have what she has? Yes, I have cystic fibrosis. She has cystic fibrosis. Hers is overplayed. There was a question that somebody asked me about the girl from Bates Motel that I can't think of. Because I guess on Bates, have you ever seen Bates Motel?
Nope.
Something about on Bates Motel, the girl, like, can't have sex or she's, like, scared to have sex because she has CF or something. You can have sex with CF. I had a daughter, okay? So that tells you. There you go, yeah. What? Yes, she has cystic fibrosis. Obviously, the actress herself does not have CF. And they don't really touch on CF too much in that show. So if you're going to base your knowledge off of Bates Motel as far as CF, that's a bad idea. Same with 5 feet apart. I'm going to make a whole video. I wrote a whole 7-page paper on the inaccuracies of 5 feet apart for my English class when I was like a junior.
No shit.
Yeah. 8 is, can you have kids? I believe I already answered that. I have a daughter. She unfortunately passed away because I had her at 25 weeks and she was premature. But yes, we can have kids. A lot of my friends with CF are pregnant or just had kids because Trikafta came out like last year. And nobody decided to tell any of the CFers that, hey, you guys can get pregnant now because of this drug. So a bunch of us got pregnant without knowing. Yeah. 9 is, will your kids have it? So this one's difficult. My children won't because my boyfriend is not a carrier. For CF, both parents have to be carriers. So my mom is a carrier, my dad's a carrier. And so I have it. And obviously I'm a carrier because I have it, but Ethan isn't a carrier. So our kids won't have it and our daughter Hazel did not have it. But yeah, if the person who has it, if their partner is a carrier, their kid can have it. Doesn't mean that their kid is going to have it 100%. I think it's like a 50-50 thing if the other partner carries it as well. And the last one is, this one's really like vague. What about relationships? And I don't know if I should be offended, like if people are asking like, do people really want to date the sick person or like what it is? I'm in a relationship. As I said, I have a daughter, so I think relationships can be a lot harder because of CF because I think when you have CF, you carry a burden or you carry this thought in your mind that you're a burden sometimes. I think that's with any chronic illness, honestly. But as long as you find somebody that like accepts that you have cystic fibrosis and is supportive of your cystic fibrosis, I don't see it as a problem. Obviously, I can't date anybody with CF because we'll die. We will literally kill each other. Can y'all shut up? I'm trying to make a video. The dogs upstairs keep barking.
They don't care about your video.
Clearly, like they're being rude. Yeah, so clearly I can't date anybody with cystic fibrosis. Nobody in my family can really date somebody with CF if they're around me. So sorry to my siblings, I guess, because y'all really like, I hope y'all don't fall in love with somebody with CF because it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna work. But yeah, I mean, I think I have a pretty normal relationship, like even with my CF. CF doesn't really get in the way of relationships if you find somebody that accepts it. If somebody's rude as hell about it and like makes you feel like crap because you have CF, I mean, you shouldn't be with that person. But relationships are definitely possible when you have CF. I don't think it should be a deal breaker. For some people it is because some people can handle it. But if it's a deal breaker, then just like that person's just not the one for you. Like, it's that simple. So I hope that cleared up some questions that people have. If anybody has any more questions, comment below and I'll make another questions video. Thank you.